If you can't explain why you took your last 3 trades in under 30 seconds, you don't have a trading problem, you have a gambling problem. Let me show you how to fix that today. I need you to understand something. Journaling isn't just about writing down stuff. It actually changes how you trade in 3 different ways. First, it kills overtrading. When you know you have to document every single trade that you take, you start pausing before you click that button. You ask yourself, is this setup really good enough that I want to write it down? And honestly, most of the time the answer is no. And you just saved yourself money right there. That friction is your friend. Secondly, it forces you to face your emotions head on. You can lie to yourself in your head, but you can't lie to your journal. When you write down for the 3rd time this week that you entered a trade out of the fear of missing out or because you were trying to win back yesterday's loss, you can see the pattern clearly. And once you see it, you can actually fix it. Your emotions stop controlling you because now you are aware of them. And thirdly, this is the biggest one. It gives you actual data instead of guesses. Without a journal, you are just going off memory, and memory is terrible. You remember your winners, you forget your losers, and you have no clue what actually works for you. But when you have months of data written down, you know exactly which setups make you money, what times you shouldn't be trading, and which mistakes keep costing you. You stop guessing and start knowing. So here's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be giving you a complete trading strategy. Quite simple, especially if you don't have one yet. You are covered. Then I will show you the exact application I use to journal my trades and how to use it. By the end of this video, you will have everything you need to trade like a professional trader. So let's get into it. Some of you who do not have a strategy, I'm going to be sharing a very simple strategy for you to make use of, just in case you don't have a strategy. And I'm also going to be making use of it to just give an illustration on how you can actually take your journal. So every trading strategy, if not all, have in most cases 3 time frames that they make use of. For this case, or for this strategy we are going to be making use of, 3 different time frames. All right, I'm going to make it as quick as possible. So the first thing you want to look out for is on the daily time frame. All right, most strategies start with the daily time frame. So let's get this out. Okay, mind you, I'm still going to be sharing the application that you're going to be making use of, but let's look at this quite closely. So the first thing you want to do is to look for the market's direction. Where is the market likely headed for? That is the first thing you want to do. All right, so the market is headed upwards, as you can see from this candle right there. And why is it headed upwards? First of all, we see that there is a break of structure. So if you do not know about basic trend lines and what they call it right now, I think this has to be one of the simplest ways you can actually, just take a trade easy and less stressful. Okay, so we see a break of structure on this daily time frame. So what I want you to do now is to go to your application and take a journal of what you see on the daily time frame. So let's go. The application we are going to be making use of is this Microsoft OneNote. So you can make use of any application that sits well with you. The most important thing is that the application that you are going to be making use of allows you to actually take images and add text to them. Okay, so in this case we have Microsoft OneNote. You can get it on Google Play Store. All right, so this is OneNote. Okay, so if you look at the icon below, you're going to see the plus sign. And when you click on the plus sign, you want to add the trade you want to take. So we are looking at USDJPY trade. My target is 1 to 2, which is of course the trades target that I make use of for the trades that I take. All right, so now we have our trade 1 USDJPY. So what do? We come to the daily time frame. All right, so this is the daily time frame, and in the daily time frame I'm anticipating the market to get to this point. Why do I want the market to get to this point? It's simple. We have broken structure. We have broken the trend line. So in this case you would say that this is a break of structure. All right, and then we want a retracement up, back up. So but I do not want to confuse you. I said this is just going to be a very simple strategy. The main goal of what I'm trying to address is the journaling. All right, so some of you who are watching this already have trading patterns or trading systems that you trade with. This is just a guide. Okay, so now I'm expecting the market to get to that point. So what do? I take a screenshot of this. All right, so I can make an adjustment. This is the daily time frame. I save it. So what do I want to do? I want to come here and then click on this plus icon, add image, and then here I go, done. Now this is the daily time frame. I want to add a text. So what do I do here? I say the market broke a trend line aggressively and a retracement is occurring. I'll be looking forward for opportunities to buy until a retest of the trend line. Like I said, this strategy is just a simple one that you can make use of, but if you have your own trading system, you can take a screenshot and record it just like this. All right, now we have taken note of our daily time frame. Now you can put this the daily time frame, the daily chart. Yeah, so let's go back to the chart. So our next time frame after the daily time frame would be the 1 hour time frame. All right, I like to make use of the 1 hour time frame after the daily time frame. So what do we see here? We see that the market is breaking structure right there. You can still choose to make use of trend lines if you wish. So we have market breaking structure right there. But what I want you to see is this. After the market broke structure right here, you want to look for support areas. Where are support areas? We have support areas right here. We have a support area right here. Now here's the thing, once the market comes into a support area, you want to come to the 15-minute time frame to look for entries. Now for those of you who will be wondering why did I mark out those areas as support areas, you want to make use of the chart type, make use of a line chart. Now the line chart allows you to see support areas quite clearly. So you can see there's a support area right here, there's a support area right here. So we can do this right here. Even though this is not very significant, I prefer making use of areas that are quite significant. Okay, so we come to candles. So what do we see? The market tapped into that area. Now we take a screenshot of this. This is our break of structure, the market breaks structure here. And so I'm expecting the market to come back to make retracements towards a support area. So and that happened around here. So what do? I take a screenshot of this right there. I take a screenshot of this, and then I want to, this is the 1 hour time frame, right? I save this, I come here to my journal, I want to add the image right there, done. Okay, so this is the image for the 1 hour time frame. So I could write 1 hour chart. Okay, so now that we have marked out, now this is what has happened in the market prior. Okay, so I begin to look for entries. So what do? You zoom out into that area. So once the market taps into this place, I would prefer that you make use of one currency pair so that you are not trading too many. All right, it allows you to trade less as well. You can trade 1 or 2, 3 different pairs, that's fine. Okay, so we mark out that area and you can decide to set an alert. Now imagine the market is somewhere around here, so that you are not always on your screen. You want to set an alert, you can come here, make use of alerts. Please, if I'm a little bit too fast, I'm trying to make sure that this video is not too long. You can create an alert and set an alert around the area you want. Okay, so let's create an alert. So we have an alert here. Okay, so this is where the alert is. We can bring it down here. So once the price gets into that area, you should get a notification that the market has gotten into your area, and that is where you want to now come to the chart. So you're not always on the chart. You mark out your areas, you mark out your support, you let price get into that area, and then you can now get involved in that chart. So you should get a notification, like a WhatsApp notification, like an Instagram notification. So this is going to be a trading view notification. It allows you to spend very little time on the chart. So let's go straight to the 15-minute time frame. We have taken a screenshot of the 1 hour time frame. We are coming straight to the 15-minute time frame. Now, in the 15-minute time frame, what do you see? The market gave us a 15-minute candle right there, which is a sign that we are likely going upwards. All right, now this week the win rate of this particular system should be around 50, 45, or I think around 50 to 55. Yeah, so with a risk reward ratio of 1 to 2, you are sure doing really well. All right, so my entry will be at that point, my stop loss will be below here, and I want to target a risk reward ratio of 1 to 2. So I'm not targeting so much, just a little risk reward ratio. So this is how the trade would have played out. All right, so this is how the trade would have played out. A simple trade right there. All right, so this is how. Okay, let me take it in the 15-minute time frame. The 15-minute time frame, you also want to take a screenshot of the trades of your entry. So your entry should be somewhere around here. So once you take that trade, you want to take a screenshot of your entry, and then you want to, sorry, let me do this again, your entry right there, and then you want to save it. So if your lower time frame is 5 minutes, if your lower time frame is 5 minutes, you want to take a screenshot of that. If your lower time frame is 1 hour, for this case, our lower time frame is 15 minutes. So we use the daily time frame, we use the 1 hour time frame, and then we use the 15 minutes. All right, so okay, so what do we do now? We write 15-minute time frame. Okay, let me just make it full time frame, right? So we saw a bullish 15-minute candle on our support area, and we took a risk of $1,000. Let's say you are risking $1,000, a risk of $1,000 for a $2,000 reward. Okay, so this is the trade. So you have taken a screenshot. Now here's what you need to pay attention to. All of this data that you are taking, you are paying attention to what did you see that gave you a bias, where did you enter the trade, and then what entry signal did you see. That is not all. You also want to pay attention to the emotions that you feel. So you can write emotions. Okay, you can write your emotions too. So okay, let's just give an example. Look at this trade. So when we took this trade, immediately after taking this trade, we went into a drawdown. We started pushing upwards, and then the market started coming down again. All right, so all of this, if you are watching your chart, you most likely will be emotional. So this is the reason why you should just stay away from the chart. But in case you are watching the chart, you also want to pay attention to that and say, look, I got emotional in this trade. I shouldn't have been watching. Okay, you can say I got emotional while watching the trade. I should have gone my way doing something more important to me. All right, so you can now begin to just describe how you felt at the time. Now all of this builds data. If you do this for the first time, second time, third time, you are most likely going to build data that will be profitable to you while you trade. For the next 10 trades, for the next 20 trades, you can now begin to see how you can make adjustments to you. If there is anything at all that would need adjustment in your emotional disposition, in your entering trades too quickly, you take note of every one of that. So after the trade has ended in profit or ended in a loss, you want to come here and then you put it, you ended in a win. Okay, you ended in a win. All right, so the same thing applies here. You come here, this is the 1 hour time frame. Remember, 1 hour time frame is the area that we are looking to take our trades from support areas. So we see that the market breaks structure from here, even though it's quite a tiny one, and then we see the market coming back into this area right there. And then when the market taps into that area, remember I said you should set alerts. All right, so you come to the 15-minute time frame, and then you want to see the first green candle that appears there, which is going to be this. You want to take a long position right there. So it's just a simple system. Your stop loss will be clearly below that area, and then you want to take a risk reward ratio of 1 to 2. Now, for some of you who really want to hold on to trades, you can hold it up until that area, but it is is best to just take your profit at 1 to 2. If you can hold it to 1 to 3, fine as well. Okay, so just make sure that every system that you intend to make use of, you are taking note of it, and then you are consistent along the line. All right, I think the video is quite long, and thank you very much for staying to the very end. But before we go, I would like to share something quite important. Doctors document patient cases, lawyers track case histories, engineers they log in test results, because professionals learn from data, not emotions. The moment you start journaling is the moment you stop being a gambler and become a trader. This is not extra work. This is literally the work. The market will still be there tomorrow. Your journal is what ensures you will still be there too and still be profitable. So start today. Review weekly, and I hope all of the information that I've been able to share will most likely help you become better at trading, and I'll see you at the top.